One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Like, I remember noticing that Paul and him were like really close, you know, like friends, and they sat by each other.
This is from Instagram, a wrestling historian. Thanks for the Canadian $2, were there ever any plans for you to wrestle CM Punk? Do you remember if there were any plans?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember having any plans myself, you know, but I don't know what plans could have been pitched or talked about during those meetings at any time. So I don't really remember that coming up.
Yeah, you guys could have had a good feud though, especially like back in like when he was the straight edge guy and he was just like kind of created that cult. He had the Straight Edge Society, where it was like Charles Manson almost, and like you guys could have had a good dynamic there and told a good story and feud there. I think you guys would have worked really well. I think
that would have been funny.
Yeah. No, I know Paul liked him, like you know, like right away, like when he was still new to WWE, CM Punk, and I didn't know that much about him. Like I remember noticing that Paul and him were like really close, you know, like friends, and they sat by each other. You know, I remember one time when I came in, it must have been during the return, because I don't think I was regular there, but because Paul was like, you know, hey, come on, sit down with us, and he was sitting with Phil, and he was introducing us, kind of, you know, and then saying, yeah, Phil's a good guy, or whatever. And I just remember that sticking out in my mind, you know, like Paul really likes this guy, you know. And around that time, we did he was seeing Maria at the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, he came to WWE and he was seeing Maria. I kind of feel like, did he date Lita for a minute too?
I don't know.
But with Maria, I remember we were on a split tour overseas where the roster was split into, maybe it was Raw and SmackDown, whatever, but we had two different buses, two different agendas, and which one was on mine? I think CM Punk was on my tour and Test was on the other one. Mm-hmm. Could have been the other way around, but anyway, Tess was seeing Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kelly was on our tour, and Maria was on our tour, and maybe CM Punk too, and maybe just Tess was on the other one. But anyway, Tess was wanting CM Punk to get messages to Kelly, and from my understanding, he didn't feel like being the delivery boy. And I was getting this information from Paul. Paul was telling me that this was coming to a head one night when we were over there in Italy or somewhere, and he said that the Test was blowing up. Kept telling CM to tell Kelly to call him, and I guess she wasn't getting the messages or whatever. And Tess said something, according to Paul, the Tess said, "What the fuck? Does he think I won't smack him?" And Paul said that he was like, my money's on the tattooed kid. My money's on the tattooed kid. And I really didn't know anything about him then, you know, so that told me a lot, at least of what Paul thought about him.
Yeah.
And I was like, really?
And Google said CM Punk and
my money's on him.
CM Punk and Lita did date. That's what
he ain't afraid to
shoot a shot.
Or to date someone that the other boys have dated. You know,
part of the urban legend was like everybody's curious what CM standed for and what some
Chick
people
magnet, right?
right? Yeah. Somebody said Cookie Monster before, and then Cookie Monster, and then I think it's Chicago made. I don't know. I think it might have been. That's what it's named.
Yeah, that sounds more like.
Yeah.
So they were like and I guess CM Punk was telling Paul, it was going through Paul, the messages from Test to CM Punk, and CM Punk was telling Paul, tell Test anytime he wants to fucking try me. I'm not his messenger boy.
And that must have been before text messages, clearly.
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got
the early stages of it all.
Maybe not international, maybe.
Hey, you're probably wondering why I'm dressed like a sleeveless paperboy. Well, no reason in particular, but I do want to talk about our new sponsor, IndaCloud. Very happy to have them on board with us at One of a Kind with RVD. And man, I opened my box of stuff, and man, is it a box of stuff. There's so many different neat things here, too. If you want to get loosen up a little bit in a different way, THC, you have this option here with Indica. Look at this stuff. So I'm pulling out all these different items here. Okay, first off, we got gummies here. Right here, IndaCloud Bliss gummies, elderberry, very, very good stuff. Man, look at this. And it's got milligrams of THC for all your different kinds of needs. A dope rope. A dope rope. Look at that. Man, Blue Raz. I couldn't believe it when I opened this box and saw that. Plus, look at this Soda Shop Pops. Look at that, baby. That's pretty sweet, too. We got strawberry right there. And then chronic crystals, too. THC. All different milligrams and different things like that. Such a variety. You can check it out at IndaShop. Inda.shop/RVD. You get 25% off when you use code RVD. This is such a neat product and like perfect for this podcast in particular, right? So you work hard, maybe. You deal with life sometimes, but you still do deserve an escape. Absolutely. That's where IndaCloud comes in. Gummies, flour, pre-rolls, all federally legal, seriously fun, and just a few clicks away. Whether you're chasing better sleep, deeper intimacy, or just solid daytime relief, this is grown-up cloud chasing done right. So if you're 21 or older, head to indacloud.co and use code RVD to get 25% off your first order, plus free shipping. That's indacloud.co, code RVD, 25 off, free shipping. You know what to do. IndaCloud, baby. Look at that. So many options you can check out. So, like I said, take a look. If you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float around above the stress, because IndaCloud is giving all new customers 25% off. That's right, their first order plus free shipping. Just use code RVD or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That's indacloud.co. That's INDACLOUD.co. Use code RVD for free shipping plus 25% off your first order. You can't beat it. Order now. Fill out their quick survey to support the show and enjoy the best part of your week. Brought to you by IndaCloud.